As referenced earlier, the curriculum also includes the Guide to Presenting Money Smart for Adults. We recommend that you read this document carefully before presenting your first Money Smart for Adults module. The guide provides tools and information that can help you plan and deliver training. This resource also includes information for making your training accessible and welcoming to the participants, including those with disabilities. You can download the guide directly from our website at www.fdic.gov/MoneySmart. And you can also find it on the Money Smart for Adults CD.
Let's take a closer look at the structure of the Guide to Presenting Money Smart for Adults from the Contents page. The introduction talks about the objectives of Money Smart for Adults and its target audience. The sections on structure, preparing for training, and delivering the training include much of what we've already discussed in our reviews of the instructor guides, participant guides, and the PowerPoint slides. However, they go into much more detail than we've covered in this video. We recommend you take a closer look at them on your own. For example, there's a table that lists some of the challenges you may encounter during the training and potential solutions to those challenges.
We'll focus now on supporting participants with disabilities and the appendices. As an instructor, you're responsible for preparing and delivering engaging and informative training. Money Smart contains the tools for you to do so. You are also responsible for making the training welcoming for participants, and that includes asking if they need any reasonable accommodations to participate fully in the training. Supporting participants with disabilities explains how you can do that. We include sample language to include in your training registration materials, as well as examples of accommodations you may be asked to provide. These could include sign language interpretation services, using a microphone that connects to the training room's audio system, providing sufficient space in the training room for participants to easily navigate the room, and other examples. Take a moment now to review the section in the Guide to Presenting Money Smart for Adults called Supporting Participants with Disabilities.
That brings us to the appendices. There are 4 appendices in the Guide to Presenting Money Smart for Adults. Appendix A, Tools for Training, contains example text you can use to promote your training, as well as an example registration form and an attendance roster.
Consider how you'll refer to the training. Note that referring to Money Smart for Adults in marketing materials as training for people with low income or limited resources or similar wording can deter participation. Focus the promotional materials on the aspirations or the benefits of the training.
Appendix A also has a great discussion of adult learning principles. This describes how adults learn best. For example, adults have different learning styles, and adults need the support of their peers. These are only 2 of the 6 principles covered in Appendix A.
Earlier in this video, we talked about how flexible Money Smart for Adults is. You can choose which modules or sections within the modules to present to participants. But how do you know which ones to choose? That's where Tools 5 and 6 in Appendix A come in. Tool 5 contains 6 training roadmap examples, which list the modules and sections to include based on common characteristics of the participants. For example, if most of the participants will be starting a new job, we recommend including 4 sections pulled from 4 different modules. Take a quick look at Tool 5 in Appendix A to become familiar with the roadmaps.
The 6 roadmaps are helpful if participants fall into one or more of those 6 categories. But what if they don't? How can you develop your own roadmap? That's where Tool 6 in Appendix A is helpful. It walks you through a process of reflecting on participants' needs and interests and determining the relevance of each module and section. Be sure to take a look at Tool 6 after this video. We believe it will be very helpful to you.
Appendix B in the Guide to Presenting Money Smart for Adults is a table of key takeaways by section. As we mentioned earlier, each of the 14 modules contains 2 or more sections. Each section has a key takeaway that captures the main message in a few sentences. Reviewing this table is a great way to review the key takeaways across the entire curriculum.
Appendix C is a table of activities by section. Remember when we mentioned the Try It and Apply It activities? This appendix lists all of those activities arranged by module and section. It also lists the scenarios that are used in some of the Try Its.
And finally, Appendix D. We mentioned earlier how important it can be to get participants energized and ready for training by using an introductory activity. Appendix D provides 5 activities you can choose from that encourage active participation from the start of your training.